Every day is a special day, but especially today at Akins Ford in Winder, Georgia. World Series coach Brian Snitker of the Atlanta Braves is coming today to pick up his latest iconic silver Akins Ford F-150 Platinum Covered Edition. We're doing a podcast, we're doing a special surprise for a young man that cannot go to the Fan Fest, all that and more. Stay tuned for this video. Now let's jump right to the back of the dealership to see Snitker's first impressions of his iconic truck.
This wallet, you'll need one of those things right there.
We've had many special guests on our podcast, but none better than world champion coach Brian Snitker and Mr. Brad Akins. First time Brad's been in here. Historic.
Really?
Historic.
Shame on me. It's right by my office every day. You're always too busy. I want to come in, and you've always got somebody.
Me and you both are always running.
Absolutely.
Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's great to be here. It's good to see my buddy Brad and Marshall and everybody out here at Akins. Brad and I were talking about a little bit ago just how many years we've kind of been interconnected through Marshall and different players, and just it's been awesome. It's just a great relationship and great people out here, so I love coming out.
Marshall's sitting right here. Tell us, what's your history with Marshall? How long have you known Marshall?
Oh, gosh. Holy cow. I think I met him through Jim Guadagno, who's actually out here. I've helped put some players in cars over the years, and Marshall's become, and Brad and the whole Akins family just become real good friends, and it's a great relationship, and we've enjoyed our relationship together and everything we do, and helping each other out, and it's just been really a win-win for all of us.
I think it goes back to when you were in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I was. I was in Myrtle Beach.
Car problem or something.
I had a van, and I remember I said I had to put money into this van to drive it out here to trade it in. You were right. We were in Myrtle Beach, and we came out, and I remember I bought an Explorer because Ronnie had 3 Astro vans, and she wanted something else, and we needed something with that third seat, and we had the Explorer for I think 12 years or more, and now she's got a nice Expedition, it goes way back, and we've been very blessed to have these guys in our lives.
And you're driving a pretty nice Akins Ford F-150.
It's pretty nice. I tell you what, I come in, I get a lot of bites from the players, when they'll come to that parking lot, and it's like, Snit, where'd you get that truck? And I'm thinking, well, it can be yours if you want. So no, it is. It's great, and I've been in one of their cars for a long, long time now.
So I know we started you out with just a few accessories, and we had bed cover. Then we slowly introduced you to level kit and some tires, just trying to level up your Covert Edition game. And I love that iconic silver. That's a beautiful color.
It's a great color. I said, you know what, I've learned too, if you get those dark, rich colors in Georgia, you know what, in a couple of years, whatever, they fade. So I love that color. Silver. I mean, and I'm scared to those trucks anymore. I'm afraid to push some of the buttons that I might get ejected. So, but they're great. I said, I love my truck. I'll tell you, it makes the drive to spring training so much nicer.
Yes, sir. Speaking of power, like the power boost, so isn't it a little weird when you put it in reverse and you don't hear the engine start sometimes?
Well, so Brad brought me the first edition of these trucks a few years ago, and because I think Vince Dooley's daughter was there with him, and we were in the parking lot, and they gave me the truck, and they left. And I spent 10 minutes trying to turn it on because I couldn't hear anything, and so finally I think I called him. It's like, how do I turn this thing on? And so it took me a while to kind of morph into all the new gadgets and everything. But I'm telling you, that's some kind of machine and just so much fun to drive.
We see so many families now, that's their go-to family vehicle because it has so much technology and safety features and convenience factor. Like that bed cover you've got, you can keep stuff dry.
No, it's I sent my son-in-law out here and he bought one, and he's got 3 boys and they travel in it, and I don't know that I could get by without having a pickup truck in my life.
And then so to follow, we got Drew Waters, Kelly Johnson, Michael Harris, all the Braves just continue to roll in here.
I think Walt Weiss came in. And bought a truck. I think Rick Kranitz, our pitching coach, has been in a truck every year.
We just sent a Jeep to him in Arizona.
Did you? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know Sal Fasano, our catching coach there, his truck broke, I remember 2 or 3 years ago, and he came and got some big truck. So, yeah, I mean, we don't send anybody. I sent my brother-in-law out here. I sent my son-in-law, or my son-in-law's dad out here, got a truck. I tell you what, everybody I send to Akins ends up bringing something back.
Terry Pendleton, I think he might be on the payroll. He's here so much. He loves to hang out. He's a truck guy, though. He loves to check out all the stuff we've got going on.
No, I know, and I've been out here many times with TP, and I know he likes all those, all the gadgets, all the gadgets and everything. So, but yeah, him, Glenn Hubbard, who's a close friend, also I know is a big supporter for Akins Ford. So
Keith Lockhart, good friend of ours.
Years ago, I know Horatio Ramirez, who was our former pitcher. He did our video replay. Actually, we just hired Horatio to be a lower level minor league pitching coach, which is awesome. It's awesome. He's a wonderful young man. Had him in the minor leagues, and he'll do a great job. But I mean, there are just so many guys that over the years that have been touched by Akins Ford.
Yes, sir. From people from Jim Tomey to Tucker Davidson to Jason Kipnis, who's now retired. All these guys are like, man, Coach is just a player's coach. He is phenomenal about how he handles the day-to-day and how he's so relatable to the coaches. Can you speak on this 9th season? This is your 9th season with the Braves as a head coach?
I think so. Yeah, I lose track. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it is. It goes quick, I'll tell you. And I've been blessed to have been around like all those guys you say, all those, really just quality individuals and players. But that's the thing that keeps me going. I think keeps me young and moving around are the players. It's all about them. We're there to support them. And sometimes I got to bring them in and have a tough discussion with, every now and then, but you know what? By and large, they're all great guys, and that's I think one of the reasons why we've been so successful is the makeup of the player is a big deal, and it's a tool in our evaluations, and I think Alex does a really good job of learning about players before we draft them, before we trade for them, before we sign them, and I think it's helped build our clubhouse, and it's a very strong one, and we can take somebody now that's a little bit rough around the edges maybe, and if he's going to make a trade in July at the deadline, we tell them it's like guys like to come and play here, and if they're a little bit rough around the edges, we'll smooth that out when they get here because it's such a great place to be.
Absolutely. From Illinois, correct?
Yep.
Illinois.
Macon, Illinois, Central Illinois.
There we go. I was a catcher as well, and so I kind of resonate with you more. You being a catcher, I think if you're a catcher, you got that foundation of you've got the skill set to be a good coach from a managerial oversight perspective. Can you speak on that? Well,
there's a lot of catchers out there that are managers, coaches, and I think it's just because of the position. I mean, it's a leadership position. It's a position that say you got the whole game in front of you. You're dealing with the most important aspect of the game, which is the pitching staff. I mean, that's the greatest thing that we have going on, because if they don't go, we don't go. And but I just think a lot of catchers are built for being managers and coaches, and I think it helped me because I learned a lot, and in my time as a minor league manager, guys like Glenn Hubbard, I learned how to turn double plays as a catcher. But you know what, and the most catchers have played other positions growing up, so it's just I think it's a really good foundation builder when you look at your catchers and as your future future managers and a lot of them as coaches.
That's
so
right.
a little baseball lore here.
Yes, sir.
I was a catcher too.
Oh,
From Little League all the way up, and Marshall in Little League was my coach for a couple of years. So
Marshall's told me.
yeah, I do have one save. We had a long game, extra inning game. He ran out of pitchers, told me I was going to pitch, so I came in the last inning, pitched, and I was 12 years old, and I got the save. So I pitched. I caught through Little League. And I have one save in my Little League and rec and high school career. One inning and one save.
Marshall also said, I think, wasn't there a walk-off home run? Wasn't there a home run as well at some point? Wasn't there? Two home runs. There we go.
Yeah, we had that. That was my game of a lifetime when I was 12. I had multiple home runs, caught the game, and came in the final inning and had a save. So that's my baseball lore. But luckily, I grew up in the car business because I had no future in baseball. I was just good enough for the rec in high school. So
it's so tough to be a professional athlete. There's no doubt. Coach, with you being in the Braves organization for so long, and with the trend now of everyone wanting to jump here, go there, do this, do that, we all appreciate the fact that you've just been a Brave through the thick and thin. Can you just speak on that for a second?
Yeah, it's something that very special, I think. I know I'm very proud of the fact that I'm a Brave, and I remember Cito Gasson told me years ago. He said, "Once a Brave, always a Brave." Well, I'm always a Brave guy, and and it's hard because, like I say, it's this right now. A lot of guys leave, the players, the free agency. It's hard to get people to stay a long time. And in this organization, we've had a lot of guys that retired from the organization, have been with them a long time, and I think that speaks to the people, your leadership, the guys that were running this organization from back when I started with Bill Lucas and guys like Paul Snyder and John Schuerholz and Bobby Cox and all these longtime Braves that I always say I've been blessed to be raised by Hall of Famers, and I had a lot of good mentors coming up, and I've never there's been a couple of times where I could have left and went to another organization, and instead I just got recycled. So, but it's a great organization. It's always been a people first type thing. It's always been about the families and the people, and there's nowhere else I'd ever want to be.
Everything you just said resonates with me about Akins Ford, and what I said about you as a coach, I can say the same thing about Mr. Brad Akins. The leadership, it trickles from the top down. If you don't have quality leadership, it's not really going to suffice to anything. So, Brad, will you speak on just what the Braves and everything's meant to you as far as just being involved with them over the years?
It's been a people relationship. Going back to really when we started engaging a lot with the staff and stuff, goes back to Keith Lockhart in the 90s with some vehicle things, and then from there just really got to know and engage with the staff and build friendships and stuff there, and started working with them on a lot of the dealership stuff, specifically with our employees and the different organizations that we work with. The staff over the years of the many charities that we worked with and people, like today we've got one of our staff members, 9-year-old, was in a pretty violent accident on the playground, multiple broke bones in his legs. We're going to do a little thing here today. We've got a couple little things signed for him. So, it's just been the friendships that we've built, the support that we've had. It's been fun, and I think our employees, this is their coach. When we watch the Braves, you got college football and NFL segment a little bit. But, we've got 400-plus employees, and there's not many that aren't Braves fans. So that's the thing that's been really fun, is the engagement with our employees and the community and all the different organizations that we work with. And we just always appreciate that support. And then, of course, like Brian said, just a lot of great people. And then with Marshall talking about longevity, Marshall hits 46 years next month, 2 weeks from now, full-time here. I complete 40 years full-time here at the end of May, coming to work here full-time right out of high school. So we're all in the 40s club.
Yeah.
Here 40-plus years with the Braves, and then we've been, here with the dealership here at Akins 40-plus years full time. So this is the 40 club. What we
Well,
really
yeah,
got
there's
here
not many
today. When
places
think
you
about
go
that.
and bring people in that have been with one job for that long. So,
Yeah,
it's,
so we
it's
may
a
have a new-
testament to
yeah.
all y'all.
Yeah, we've got a new thing we just formed. We got the Akins and the Braves 40 club
I
right
like
here. We
that.
got the top 3 here.
Born right here. You heard it
That's
first.
it, yeah.
That's good.
Mhm.
Well, I think that the young man is here now. We didn't.
good deal.
We didn't. This wasn't planned, but we appreciate you sitting down with us. And
And good luck this
No, this
season.
is awesome.
We look
Thank you.
forward
Best
to
of luck.
Thank you. Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing
success
all the
this year.
Akins employees at the ballpark and
Absolutely.
you and everybody. And well, appreciate you having me. It's
Thank
always
y'all.
fun to be
There's
here.
a few of us will be down at spring training here
Yeah,
a little bit
awesome.
to see you there
Awesome.
too. So Neal, thanks for hosting us today.
Yeah,
we appreciate
absolutely.
all the stuff you do and all the work that you do here as well. So
It's great.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate
look
it.
forward to everything this
Yeah,
year.
thank you.
thanks so much, y'all.
All right.
Hey, man.
I think I can do a little bit better than me. I mean, I'm not really famous or anything like that. Sometimes I might think I am, but we got somebody here today that you will really, really recognize. So I think we can outdo me today.
He's got some
somebody
some
famous.
stuff on his cast, like some storage tanks
What
and
you got?
stuff.
You got some sports people on your cast and stuff here. So
Who's on your foot?
who are we missing? You got some G's here. I don't see an A.
Oh, look on the
You got a little. Oh, you got an A
Let me see
down
here. I
here.
got
So you got the
there
Braves on
somewhere.
the bottom there.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
I'll tell you what. I got somebody here I want you to introduce that I think will be way more recognized than me. So let me get him right quick. So, hey Brian.
I wonder who that could be.
So I wonder who that would be here. So we got.
Hey, how you doing there, buddy? Holy smokes. Nice to meet you. Oh, man, you can't come to the Fan Fest because of this, right? Well, I brought you a few little things right here. Hopefully I can, instead of not going to the Fan Fest, this will take a little bit of the edge off. But
Do
good.
you
Holy
recognize
cow,
him?
man.
Everybody. Who is this? Who is this?
blind Snicker.
Yeah.
The best manager in baseball, right? There
Can
you
I
go.
sign your cast? All right. Perfect.
Hey, Teaspoon, what's his number?
43.
Oh,
My
yeah.
man.
Save you a nice spot right there, too.
Love it.
You know that. When they cut that cast off, they're going to have to be real careful, but that's probably going to be on a wall somewhere for the rest of his life.
Put the World Series champs on there.
Oh,
too.
absolutely.
How you feeling?
Good.
Good? Holy cow, man. That's a tough break, but you'll be eating faster when you get out of that cast. You know that? That's awesome. I'm glad you could come down here. That's pretty cool.
Thank you for
Pretty
coming.
cool. Yes. No, it's good to see you.